Now, looking back at this, I think I actually really like this design. So with my case, I have a lot of the same things where the front panel comes off really easily. I end up cleaning it quite a lot. So this is going to be the intake for our case. And it makes sense that they would design it, as long as it's not upside down, it makes sense that they would design it to come on and off a lot. Because you can basically use canned air and clean off this screen, right, front and back, so that way you reduce a lot of the dust that could come into your system. So it makes a lot of sense. And then whenever you're putting your front panel back on, you just align it, give it a little bit of force. It's actually pretty durable. This is all a metal cover aside from the little plastic on the top. So it works pretty well. Now, again, I'm going to pay careful attention to all my wires hanging out of the back. And I'm going to set everything down just like that. And I'm going to go ahead, again, grabbing my motherboard safely. I'm going to try to carefully set it into place. And when you guys are putting your motherboard in, you'll find that magical spot where it wants to sit and everything just feels like it's where it's supposed to be. That is where you should have your motherboard left. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to try to find the right screws. So you'll see screws for us. There's actually plenty of different ones. You'll have some that have really, really, really big threads, right? Those are usually for fans. You'll have extra standoffs in case you need them. And then you'll have some with really, really tiny threads, right? And there's going to be a couple that are in between. You'll also have some that are kind of mediums, all right? When you're doing the case screws, what I usually tell people is they give you an extra standoff. It usually is the finest thread of the screws that you find. What I usually tell people is take your standoff and start threading some screws into the standoff. If it wants to go on really easily, that's the screw you're going to use for your motherboard. So you'll find 9 screws just like that. And I was right. The finest thread pattern in the box of screws is what actually uses it. Also, you see this big head that it's got on it? It's actually got a flat spot that kind of goes around the edges. That's for grounding purposes. So when we screw this in, and I'll scoot this over and show you guys closer here in a second. When we screw this into the case, you're going to see why it does that. So you guys might have an okay view. I'm going to go for this one right here so you guys can kind of see it. You'll see these little metal tabs coming off the sides. That's grounding. That's so we get a good ground from our motherboard to our computer case. It's nice and shiny because you want metal on metal contact. So when you're putting your screw in, I am old school, so I go in reverse, i.e. counterclockwise, until I feel it kind of hit its notch and seem like it wants to screw in right. And once I've heard that dip, I'm going to try to gently just screw it in. If it goes easy, odds are I've got it right. The key here is I don't tighten it down, and you shouldn't. Wait until you have all your screws in, the entirety of the motherboard, and then start tightening from the center out. When you tighten from the center out, ooh, see, that doesn't feel like it wants to go in that well. So maybe I have the wrong size screw. I don't, but it was trying to go in at an angle. So just go slow. If it takes too much force, odds are it's probably not supposed to happen when you're screwing your screws down. Just make sure they're not tight. So when you go back and you tighten everything up, I'll show you guys in a second, once I get the rest of them there, what we're trying to do. So I'm going to save this one for last because this is usually the hardest one to get in. Because there's not much room to kind of get your hand over there to drop the screw in, and there's kind of a little pocket where you're putting the screw next to this I/O panel, it can get to be a little bit of a pain. So what I usually try to do is take the screwdriver and then grab a hold of the screw with my fingernail or the very tip of my finger. And I'm just going to try to guide it into the hole. Once I get it in the hole, I can straighten the screwdriver out and try to thread it in. But again, if you're at any kind of an angle, it's going to be kind of hard to try to get it to screw in the right way. So all you want to do is pay attention and make sure it's easy when you're screwing it down. If it's too hard, back it out and start over. And then I'm going to start by tightening this center first. And the reason I do that is kind of for tension purposes. So when you have a plane and it's loose on screws, it can kind of bend and flex. When you tighten the center first, you're tightening down the centermost pivot point. And then you can expand out and flatten everything as you go. i.e. don't start with the outsides, because then you could get a wave. If you tied in the outsides and then tried to screw down the middle, it can kind of bend in a weird fashion. Most times people are perfectly fine doing whatever they want, but from my experiences in electronics, everything usually tries to get tightened down from the center out. So I'll do the center screws, right? Get them all tightened. And when I say tightened, literally finger tight is about as far as you need to go. It doesn't need a lot of torque. You don't want to screw this board up. So just go until it feels about like it's snug, and then maybe a little bit more. Nothing fancy here. Easy peasy.